Hey YouTube. Well, this is a video 2 days after being reactivated with Uber. Today was a special kind of promotion. Now, I didn't know that everyone gets a different promotion. So, like some people get the 26, 22, $24 an hour guaranteed by specified times and number of rides and locations like Buckhead, Midtown, Virginia Highlands, in those areas. But the guarantee that I received was surge guarantees, meaning that I would either get 2.2 times the surge, 3.3, or whatever it is, whatever the surge is. And that's what my guarantee surge were. Now, let me tell you about it. Now, after only driving one day this week and made $28 on Tuesday, which consisted of Uber Eats, and didn't do anything the whole entire week of driving, and I drove today. So after my class, I'm so sleepy, It is, what time is it now? It's like almost 1 o'clock in the morning. Anyway, so after I finished my fiber optic class today, I told you about that. That was a 2-week program. I only have 1 more week to go to be a fiber optic network installer out there in College Park with Google Fiber. But that's a different video altogether. Anyway, so I got a guarantee basically starting from 8 p.m. up until 3 o'clock in the morning. Between 2-hour segments, it was like either get 2 times, 3 times the surge, 2.5 times the surge, as long as it started in Piedmont Park, Midtown, and Virginia Highlands. So if it started in those 3 areas, I was gonna at least supposed to get the guarantee of the surge based on whatever the times were. So anyway, I started about 4:30 and I said, okay, I'm gonna do Uber Eats. So I started doing Uber Eats and I took 1 ride into Piedmont Area Park because today was the Atlanta Music Festival, so it's supposed to be tens of thousands of people going to Piedmont Park. So anyway, I said I'm going to do Uber Eats up until about 8 o'clock. So basically, when I took my last Uber Eats and I was in the Decatur area, I said, okay, let me go to Piedmont Park or Virginia Highlands. It was a little bit after 8:15, 8:20. I didn't get not one single ride request. I stood in the parking lot of Trader Joe on Monroe, crossed the street from Grady High School, down the street from Piedmont Park. So I didn't get any requests. So I switched over to Uber Eats. So I got, from that point on, I was doing Uber Eats up until about 10ish or so. Then, when I turned off my app and switched over, I said I was going to pick up passengers. So I went to a location in Buckhead, Club Road, snooty part of Buckhead basically. Or it could have been Brookhaven, I don't know. So anyway, I got there to the address. I waited. I said, you know what? It was about 11:20. I said, I'm not going to bother to call people. I'm not going to call you on the phone. I'm not going to call you say I'm here. Because your app's going to say I'm here. And I surely didn't think somebody thought I was going to drive up that steep driveway. So I waited in front of the curb. So I waited and waited and waited and waited. the time never went off to say charge cancellation fee. So I text them, say I'm here. I waited a few more minutes. Then after that, I waited, and I said, you know what? I waited long enough. Then at that point, it was surging like 4 point something. So I drove off. You know, I drove off. Then I got a request. Then I got one that was canceled. I got 4 riders that canceled. All of them were in the surge. All of them were in the 4.0 surge. And all of them canceled on my way there. I even did a courtesy call to one of them and asked them where was their final destination. Because according to the Uber app, I was in Buckhead. This person was basically somewhere at Virginia Highlands, Midtown, on Monroe. So after going on my way there, I was about 16 minutes away, according to the app. And I probably was about 16 minutes away. So I called them to see I was on the way. They canceled while I was driving. And I had all these people who canceled. And I'm driving, accepting requests, left and right, accepting requests. Now, with that one that I canceled on, all the other people canceled. But each one of them were not even 1 or 2 minutes away. They weren't even I couldn't even I don't even think I'll get credit for those rides. I wouldn't even get a cancellation fee for any of them. Every one of them was like 10, 12 minutes away. All of them. So they canceled because maybe one. I don't know. Maybe when they saw that it was 3 times the surge and saw that it was probably going to cost them, who knows, $20, $30 maybe, if not more or less. So all day today of doing Uber Eats, guess how much money I made? For about, I don't know how many hours I probably drove. I drove from 4 to now. It's going on, 1 o'clock. And yes, I probably did take a few breaks. I know I took a break in between because I had, after I took that one ride and those 2 Uber Eat pickups, I didn't get any requests, and I was in Decatur. It was kind of slow. So I said, okay, I'm going to wait. So I probably took about a good hour talking on the phone, going into half books and home goods, but I didn't buy anything. And then I picked up some Uber Eats. But I only made $50. $50. Now, I'm going to look at my figures and see how many hours that I was online to make that $50. Now, that's minus the fees. Then I found out to one Uber Eats person, we was at the same Chinese restaurant. He told me for the last couple of weeks, he got guarantees for Uber Eats. And if it was surging in the area during the Uber Eats, he said he was going to get a guarantee from that. I said, well, I didn't get that. I didn't get that. Oh, I got it. So he said the minimum you make with Uber Eats is $6. The minimum. That's what he said. Minimum. I don't know. But anyways, this whole entire week threw me off because I didn't hardly drive. This was the first week I was doing my class, and I totally got off the schedule. Normally I do part morning and I take a break in between. I go to the gym and then I go up and pick up again in the afternoon, evening. So 7, 8 o'clock during the weekday, I'm finished. So tomorrow is Sunday, so I don't know if I'm going to drive on Sunday or I'm just going to stay home and rest. because gas prices in Atlanta was $2.59. And it was all because of some kind of shortage in the gas refinery in Georgia or something like that. A couple years ago, gas was almost $4. $4. And then it went crazy. So, you know what that means. I'm not driving all over the world, burning up my gas, if gas is going to go back up to that high price again. Because at $3.56 a gallon, I bought gas today. It was 40 bucks. And I only made 50. So if I had that, and then luckily I did make about $10 in tips. I think I made $10 in tips. Let me see. I did buy me something to drink. So I made 1, 2. Let me put the phone down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I made $13 in tips today. And that's pretty good. Because normally you don't get nothing from these people when you're driving. So, anyways, I'm about to go in the house, wash my face, take a bath or whatever, lay down and get up in the morning and do it all over again. So I don't know if I'm gonna drive tomorrow. I figure, you know, I could either do, maybe try to make 50, or just start Monday again with a plan and try to